I find the term fat offensive. So to me, the word fat is it's just an adjective, right? But it also depends. Like most adjectives, it depends on how you use it. So the word fat can be weaponized, and it has been weaponized. Whew, against fat women for years just to make us feel bad about being fat, but it honestly is just a descriptive word as well. So I honestly feel like it just depends on how you use it. Like if your intent is to say you are a fat woman and then the word fat is to shame me, then it's a problem.
It also depends on like the person who's saying it to me. Like if you're plus size, I'll feel more comfortable with you saying it. But if you're not, I will definitely feel some type of way because you may use it in a positive way to me, but then 2 seconds later, I'll be like, oh my God, I look so fat in these jeans, you know? So it's like, is being fat a good thing or a bad thing to you? So if you're not plus size, I don't like using that with me.
I feel like fat is like a derogative term. And I feel like society has made it such a derogative term, it's now inflicting my thoughts about the word fat. So now that I'm confident with myself, I feel like, whatever, I don't care what you say about me. But before, fat was definitely a word that would put me off.
I feel like definitely before, like if anyone even just mentioned the word fat and I was around, like I already feel like they're attacking me. But now, like I literally realize it is the truth. I am fat. Like there's no changing that. But like again, there's only a certain group of people I'm definitely comfortable with them using. And then if it's like someone not plus size, that's when I start having a problem because I'm like, why are you saying that? Like what makes you feel like it's okay for you to say that to me?
I really don't have any. I feel like the word fat, I'm kind of in between when it comes to it because I don't mind the word fat, but I still feel like if someone does call me fat, then I might just cry. But, well, not actually cry, but like, I'm gonna feel bad about it, obviously. So it's kind of like, if the word cannot be used to describe me, then I'll be fine with it. But if someone does use it, it's like, yeah, I am fat. So it's like, okay.
I would change my body if I could.
So, of course, there's obviously things that I would want to change about myself. Like if I had a flatter stomach, then yeah. And there was a point in time, like in 2018, I was like, I lost a lot of weight and I got like really skinny. But the thing is, I didn't like the way I looked. So the reason I chose that answer is because it's like, yeah, there are just some things I would change about myself, but like, would I want to lose all of my weight? No, because then I wouldn't be happy about it.
I think for me, I chose one just because, like, for a very, very long time, I used to just dream about being skinny. But then I actually started working out and everything, and I loved it. And I realized, like, now my body, the way it is okay. That's why now I just work out to be healthy. Because, like, literally, like, I saw this post that says, even if we all ate the same, worked out the same, did everything the same, would still all have different body shapes. So I was like, at some point, I need to stop trying so hard to modify my body. Because what if it refuses? Then I just start getting depressed. I think I chose a 4 because I am in the process of changing my body for the better and working out in a way that suits me, living a lifestyle that suits me. But at the same time, I am changing my body. But it's not because I don't like my body as it is now. It's because I know my body deserves so much better, and like I feel good when I work out. I feel good when I exercise, and like I'm seeing changes in my body that I want to see, not that other people want to see me go through. It's just for me.
I feel like I chose a 5 because there's so many inconveniences that come with being big. Like you can't get regular clothes, and I don't know. It hurts not to be able to get those like regular clothes. And also when you go out in public, you're looked at differently. Like you're not like a regular person, which I feel like we should, break that whole thing. But that's the main reason, because I also don't like feeling different or being looked at different. So, yeah.
I think I chose a 1 because I spent so much time hating myself. And then I look back at those photos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I looked amazing. So I realized like the only way to be this confident, amazing woman is to show up as her every single day. And I can work out, obviously, as Nima said, I can change my body and all of that, but will I still love who I am? And I'm always gonna be a big girl. I come from a family of big people. So I was like, I never want to have the instance where my daughter sees me talking negatively about myself, because for me, that actually, like, it influenced me a lot, seeing my mom talk negatively about her body, and then having people grow up and tell me, you have a figure just like your mother's. It was very confusing. So I want to love myself for me, but also like for my future daughter or whatever, yeah.
People have made hurtful comments to me about my body.
Me personally, I think the question should be who hasn't made hateful comments, because as plus size women, everywhere you go, everyone feels the need to police your body or to make statements or to say stuff that, you know, it's not even necessary. Like, you don't have to say it. As much as you're thinking it, why say it? So for me, it's been family members, the aunties at the functions. It's been people in school. High school was just, tough, because everyone just felt the need to comment on your body. Sometimes friends, but if they comment, they would no longer be my friend, because it would exactly, period. You shouldn't be making hateful comments if you're my friend. So yeah, I think we've all experienced it.
I think I gave a 2, but now that I think about it, my answer was not aligned with what I was thinking. Most of the comments come in like a low-key way. Like, no one will directly come and say, you're so big, you should lose weight. But then there's always these small comments. Oh, are you sure you want to eat that? Yeah. You can't wear that even though your sister is wearing the same thing, because your sister is like a size 1 and you're much bigger than her. So those comments always came in like a low-key way. And then you lose a bit of weight, and then everyone will say, oh, you've lost so much weight. Like, that comment really affects me. Like, why? What? I've lost weight, I know, but you don't have to point it out, you know? And even sometimes, even when I lose weight, they'll say, oh, but you know, being big is in your genes. Do I need to know that information, you know? Like, you need to keep some things to yourself when you're talking about someone's body, because, you know, people are different and people are sensitive towards such things. So just keep your words to yourself.
I remember this one time, an ex-boyfriend of mine, like, we had broken up, and he went on Snapchat and he put all over Snapchat, he was like, I was like 16 at the time, turning 17. And he was like, how are you a size 16 at your age? Like, you're so fat and stuff like that. And I was like, first of all, you're wrong for that. And secondly, this is why I never want you in my life again. And the thing I've noticed about people that comment on plus size women, it's like, they make plus size women think that they're ugly. Like, if they call you fat, it's like, oh, they're also calling you ugly. But it's like, no, you're just saying that I just have a lot of fat. But let me just tell you, I'm beautiful also, and I'm fat. So you just saying that I'm fat is just stating a fact, but you're not gonna bring down my self-esteem or anything. So yeah.
I've had people make comments about my body, like, since I was a kid, like even family members just asking stuff like, how much do you weigh? And then they're like, oh, your little cousin, what do you call it, is like, who's like maybe a few months younger than you, is like so much lighter than you, or like, don't eat this, don't eat that, this type of swimming costumes, dresses aren't meant for you. So it's been, yeah, a lot of people have made comments, and like, just that whole thing with relationships is kind of like, I kind of hate that thing of where like, they're like, oh yeah, I like big women, but then like you get mad and all of a sudden I'm a fat bitch, like, whoa, where did that come from? Whoa, you know, so that type of thing, yeah.
To just add on what like Nemo said, those low-key comments, like we say you're at a family function and you're serving food, one of these aunties will come and be like, why don't you eat vegetables? And but there are vegetables on your plates, but they want you to eat more. So those low-key comments are the ones that are
funny. Vegetables will make me feel
right.
Or even just people assuming you're not athletic. Like, that bothers me.
As you
like,
go and exercise.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, but I play sports. Like, I do. Or people in high school being shocked that you can play sports at your size. Like, bro, I can run. Like, they run. Like, it works.
And even those family members or these people who comment on your body, it's not like their body is ideal body type, you know? It's not like you don't. It's not like you're Naomi Campbell. Yeah, exactly.
Talk to us when you have abs. My weight has been an issue in friendships or relationships I've been in.
Personally, for me, I don't think my weight has ever been an issue in any of my relationships or friendships, especially friendships. Like I'm so comfortable with my friends, and if I'm not comfortable around you, you're not even my friend, you know. But then in relationships, I've had times where I think, he's a bit, he's smaller than me, so I'm feeling, can I really be with this guy? But then it hasn't bothered me because they haven't said, oh, I don't like something about your body. I've never been in such a situation.
I think like why I pick fall is what bothers me more is not even the friends or relationship itself. It's the people like who are around me. Cause like sometimes I will be with my friend and she's like super skinny. And then like a guy or a girl is talking to her and suddenly they completely ignore me and I'm like, do I not exist? Like, do you not see me? So it's definitely a problem where like, or also just like comments people make and everything, and my friends or like the person I'm with just doesn't notice, and I'm like, it does kind of affect, or they just say something and I'm like, you really don't understand like maybe how it feels, or just that whole like unawareness of what like is going on around me is like definitely what brings a problem for me.
I think like as Nima said, it's never been direct for me. It's just been the subtle comments. So like I remember once I was going to coast with someone I was with, and we were watching snaps and they were like, oh, you're gonna see everyone working out, posting their water bottles, their Skechers, and he was like, but those girls will still be on the beach with their big stomachs and their fat thighs. And I was like, no, this. The math isn't mathing. So it's those small things, like you tell me I'm beautiful and then you say those type of comments, it messes with my head. Or even like I've never had friends that say things, but I've had friends that let their boyfriends say things. And I'm like, what? Like, you gonna let your nigga call me fat? That's not what we're gonna do.
For me, I'd say it's also never been direct. Like I've had an issue because I don't think I would let that friendship continue anymore, or that relationship. And my boyfriend is the one. That's crazy, dog. But then it's been indirect, like you just said. My friends, their boyfriends would be the ones to like talk badly about me, especially like when we were younger and they had petty fights. And me as the friend who would be telling my friend, like, you can't let him be doing this to you. You can't let him be. So I'm the friend that's a support system, and I'm also being bashed by the boyfriend because of my weight. Just because I'm not on his side, or I'm trying to let my friends see the truth. So it's also why I just learned to like step back and let them do what they need to do. But then it's never been like my friend has made comments to me, or my significant other, that I feel like I'd lose my mind.
Weight has always been like a very big factor when it came to any of my relationships. Cause I don't know what it is, but I tend to gravitate toward guys that play sports, go to the gym, and they're always like bigger buff, or like they're skinny and stuff like that. So it always made me feel bad. It's like, oh, I'm with this really fit guy, but like I hate going to the gym. Like that's like I remember one time he was like, oh, we should go to the gym together. And I was like, why would we do that? Like, I don't even know why we're together at this point if you really think I'm about to go to the gym with you. Like, so it's always been like something in the back of my mind that's always like, oh, this person works out, this person does sports, and yeah.
And even just to speak on the whole thing of like working out, so like I'm also drawn to guys who are like athletic, always like working out and that type of thing. But for me, it's like we like maybe play sports together, and like I don't know if it's just you, I'm embarrassed to run in front of my partner because I'm like, please don't look at me run, like, because then I'm like, are you gonna make fun of me like I'm slow the same way everyone used to do it and be like, oh, you're fat, you're this, you're that, and it's just like.
Like your thighs jiggle.
Yeah, your thighs are jiggling. Your titties
Conscious around them, like about your movement,
exactly.
how you sit, position
everything.
yourself. Like, are my rules showing this way? Yeah,
Right.
it's tough, man.
I've definitely felt uncomfortable sometimes, like when you're going out with a group of girls. There's certain people where, like when you're dressing up and them, they can share clothes and everything. And I can't. Like, first of all, I'm big, but I'm tall. I'm like 5'10". Like, my foot is like huge. Like, I share shoes with boys, So that has definitely made me feel uncomfortable. It's not their fault. It's not their fault they're that size, but I've definitely felt a certain type of way.
And they tried to ask you, oh, can I borrow your jacket? And it's like,
so you just wanted oversized? Like, come on. Like, especially what you said about sharing clothes. Oh my God, the pain. Like, when you're young and your friends are just sharing clothes. Like, literally, when I joined IB, which is like year 12, that's the first time I ever had someone who I could share clothes with. And it's this girl right here. And it was like the experience. I even had to, because you know how African parents are like, oh, why are you bringing someone else's things into this house? You shouldn't be sharing things. I said, you have to actually mind your business this time, because I've never had someone I can share clothes with. Like, I'm going to share the clothes, and it's my business, not yours. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Exactly.